Nada nuevo.
Gotta send my transcript.
¿Todavía?
Yeah, well, I'm waiting. I gotta wait till the 26th, so I can include this last semester too.
Oh.
And I gotta take my English proficiency test.
What is it, like a multiple choice?
No, I don't know. I don't have to take it.
You don't have to?
No,
Oh.
because in my transcript it should say that I've been in a school for more than 3 years. We should say I've been able to
get by,
communicate,
to at least interact with the world.
Yeah, apparently
in the English language. Makes sense.
Yeah, like we just want to make sure you know English. And like, I just did like a 10-page application to get in this fucking school. I don't know what else you need.
They're reading your paper like, la cosa of the thing of.
It would have been the most offensive thing if they did ask me in Spanish. Like I put like Mexico and the whole page is like refreshes. It's like
translated for your convenience.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, no mames. He's like, but this is helpful.
Yeah, yeah. But that's what that means. Okay, check. Like,
yeah. Chingon.
Pinche UNT.
Welcome everybody to CharroBeans podcast.
How are you guys doing?
We talk about mariachi and other stuff. As you can see, we're on a completely different place again. We're still in my house, so if anything, I'm just showing you different parts of my house so that someone can come rob me. I guess they're like, "Oh, que tiene este vato," you know. No, this is actually where the podcast kind of got started. If you remember,
we didn't record back then.
What do you mean? Oh yeah. Also,
voice.
When the podcast started, we started on the couch. I had just bought an interface. No, you know what? I bought the interface a while before that. It's because I was gonna make beats, so I had bought, which I did because I made the beat for the intro.
Right.
But like I bought it because I wanted to make music, so I had bought like a little MIDI keyboard, and I had these mics already. And then just like the idea of a podcast came up, later on. So like, we didn't have a place to kind of like record. So, I mean, we're literally in my living room right now, right? So I remember I sat here, you sat over here, and then I brought up the fact that it's kind of funny how we're opposite now.
Yeah.
We're so used to being on the other side. Technically, that's where I should sit, and this is where you should sit.
Right.
So I'm like, now that people are seeing like this side of my face, they're like,
okay. Stay wise.
Yeah, but we're back in basically 2 years later in the same place. I guess you could say the old place where we got started here on the couch, and it feels a little weird.
A little bit.
Because I remember here too, when I got started, I kind of sat like over here. We didn't have these.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't. We just held the mics in the beginning.
For real?
Remember? I didn't have the stands yet, so I remember we just held them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we just kind of held them, and what else happened here? I didn't know what I was doing now, but I guess now I have like a general idea of how to do this. But like before, it was all trial and error. I remember like recording and being like, now what? Like I have the audio file,
Bro.
Yeah, and I was just like, fuck, like how do I put this all together? And that's why it took a while for me to like get comfortable with putting the whole video aspect too, because I don't know what to do, like how do I record? How do I put it all together? And yeah, I mean, gracias a Dios. I mean, I did it. I guess you could say. But yeah, it's a little weird to be in here, but it's just temporary. Like I said, it was funny because we took down the studio basically. Like,
right. People were believing you like you were done with the podcast.
And I was like, that's how you know they don't listen to the podcast? Because I literally sit on there like, we're under construction, And then they're like, no. And I'm
real?
I'm like, wait, like, listen to the pod, bro. Like, we're under construction here at the house. A lot of things are, dude, I literally have like things around my house that should not be where they're supposed to be. Like, right now, my room is just full of shit everywhere. Not real shit, but like, stuff. And so there's no organization right now in this house. So once everything gets nuts and organized, then we'll be able to do the pod in the new studio once we get that put up, I guess you could say. And then we can get started there. But yeah, the pod isn't ending, not just yet. What do you when do you think that will be? I don't know.
When it will be? Probably like como unos like 20, 30 years.
Fuck, I'd be like 50, dog. Like, I'd be like 50, 60 years
See,
old.
wait, when we have nothing else to do. But you
At
know
the-
what? Let's end this shit.
At that Let's do it. No, yeah, I mean, we took down all this stuff. Oh, I did. We took it all down. My wife helped me. She was like, finally, you know.
There's like like
Yeah, bro. She was excited. She was like, "Ya voy a quitar toda esta mamada," you know, like just taking shit down, you know, like
no, because you told me that once when you were putting away like the toys, you're like one by one, and she's just like,
oh yeah.
and I was like, she
Yeah.
scoops the whole like level.
Yeah, so like my whole collection of toys and bobbleheads, like everything's in bags right now. Like I can't display them, you know, so they're just literally living in bags. So when we were taking everything down, you know, like I'm over here trying to be cautious with every little accessory and everything, and my wife's just like like just throwing it in bags, and I'm like,
She does the whole scoop. Like
I'm like, these are limited edition, you know, like you don't understand, you
she's
know.
like, oh my bad. Like does it again.
It's just it's a little sad, you know, but it's whatever, you know. Como quiera no me costó. ¿Verdad? Nah, but toys
She's
are
like, no me
expensive.
costó a mí, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so what was left of the CharroBeans studio, I guess you say, like our whole background, everything's gone right now. We painted over it. Everything looks, there's a dresser there now. So it's just that era is done, I guess you could say. So it really is like the end of an era. So
Now we have all this. We have all this.
yeah, my
peluches or whatever.
see the way my wife collects all these like Mario things.
I'm like the wall from The Conjuring 2.
Yeah, like so we have all these crosses up here. These are like my wife's collection of crosses, which you mentioned. If one day we walk in and all the
They're inverted.
yeah, they're all inverted. Like,
Like,
and I'm like, and that's when I'm like, you know, do I still have to pay this mortgage or can we, you know, return it? You know,
you're like, he's the devil's now.
yeah. Like, what do you do in that situation? Like,
You run, bro.
no, like if you find out like your house, like in the real world, like you find out your house is haunted, and there's no way out of it, but you have a mortgage in this recession, bro. Like, I'm not gonna go living somewhere else.
He's gotta take the L, bro.
Bro, like me and the ghost got to become friends at some point. Like, you know, I'm watching The Office. He's like, "What are you watching, bro?" Like, I'm like, "Ponte, wey," you know, season 4, you know.
First day, you're like, oh, oh, you so good.
Then one day I go to take a shower. El vato is all like, "Hey, güey, cálmate, güey." I'm like, "Aquí ando yo, güey." I'm like, "Pues prende el agua, güey." You're just standing there.
Like someone's like playing your Ruella. You're like, damn, that's pretty good. I'm home alone.
Right. He's like, "Es Morales?"
He's like, yo conocí al señor. Like, oh, perro.
Perro. No, it's but yeah, so once we get the ball rolling, we should be able to put it back into normal. So now, like, if anything, we're going back to our roots. This is how we kind of got started.
Like our humble start.
Our humble starts, yeah. Maybe one day we'll be like in the studio or something. Nah, no possible.
There studios right there.
I know exactly.
It's ready.
No, but oh yeah, so mariachi. It's a good thing. It's a particularly well-rounded musical genre.
What?
I don't know, bro. Like, so I love mariachi. It's a good musical genre. I like it. You know what I'm saying?
What?
I don't know, bro. So
What?
a mí me gusta el mariachi. Okay.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? How are you guys doing? How are you?
Me? I'm
You
good. I'm enjoying my time off. You know,
Grinding?
I'm having a good time.
Yeah, I'm getting close to that.
My little trouble is competing with Saul on the ring.
fitness, yeah.
I'm like, if anyone wants to compete, come at me. You know.
He's pretty good. Both of you guys are pretty good. You guys are burning like 2,000 calories a day,
He's crazy, bro.
which is like the number of calories I eat a day. You know, so I'm like, oh, I love it. You know.
No, he's crazy, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Every time, because if I compete with someone, I usually put them all together.
What do you
Like my girl, she's got an Apple Watch,
Okay.
so she wants to compete too.
Uh-huh.
But I'm like, hold on, like I'm competing with Saul right now, so like let me catch a break, cause competing with Saul does tire me out. because I have to work out and then do like cardio or like go walk.
Well, since he's
Yeah.
smaller, do you think that
You think
affects?
that's what it is?
I think so.
Because I've noticed like he does burn a lot more than me. Like we'll be sitting in the van together and he's like, he'll burn like 20 more calories. I'm like, what? Like
I feel I feel
Jonesy,
like
what?
I feel like your body like has to work a little bit more
I think mine
because
has to work
because
more,
you're
though.
fun sized, you know. So like you gotta be prepared.
Wouldn't that mean you waste less though? Cause you're
No,
smaller?
because no, I brought up this other thing. When you walk, I have to take more steps than you.
Hmm.
So yo voy en chinga and you're like, I'm on his way, you know, and I'm over here like fucking Mr. Krabs, you know, like, you know, which is really sad, you know. And each one of my thighs weighs like 40 pounds, so it's like it's rough. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot to carry around. It's like a Ram 1500 filled to the brim, you know, like you're riding in a Civic and I'm with the Ram, you know. Like, so,
except you're like shorter, so it's like lowered.
yeah, I got like turkey legs.
You
so
like those lower trucks, like on they hit the speed bumps.
you know,
It's like a chispas.
yeah, rough, dude. It's funny how it's Fort Worth, like in general, like just overrun by cuz now.
Yeah.
I feel like it is.
It's because somos raza, you know. It's a normal thing.
Because like just in general, like every time I'm around Northside, like it's just like cuss central. Like it's not even like
I think it's just because
exaggerating.
like I feel like in every city or state, like the ones that make the most noise are the younger generations, you know.
True.
Like it's always like some like the little kids,
Yeah.
like posting on social media and like
Mhm.
doing all this thing, like doing hood rat shit outside, which
Mhm.
is all that you see, you know,
Yeah.
compared to
Yeah.
like an older person or like someone that has like to deal with life, you know.
Like
They're made like inside their homes, like
Yeah.
getting shit done or like sleeping or
Yeah.
like, you know, like we kind of like you stay on the down low compared to someone that's younger and they're like
out here, someone
Yeah.
who's really out here, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah. And it's because I'm just saying because they ride in packs.
yeah.
It's like you can't find a cuh by himself. It's
Bro.
like finding a cuh in the wild. Like they're always like in a pack, you know. So it's
No, you're talking, bro. I have to raise them every time.
why?
Every light in Fort Worth. I tweeted about this.
Oh
Every
yeah,
light in Fort Worth is a race. Like
be prepared, motherfucker.
yeah, and I'm like no, like I'm not gonna be child. Like okay, you know, like
Yeah.
my to me I win if like usually speed limit's like 40.
Yeah.
Like if I get to 40 before
Yeah.
you beat me, like I win.
Okay.
You know, because after that they'll pass me. I'm like, nah, ya pa qué, you know. I already reached my. I'm not getting a ticket for this. What I'm saying
For
yeah.
this, like we're not racing for pinks or anything, right
Yeah.
here, you know. So
I'm just racing until I get to the speed limit. Yeah, that you know.
ahí estamos.
But the trucks take a little while to start, so I'm like, woo, and they're like,
Yeah. And it's loud as shit.
yeah.
If they're only going like 10 miles an hour, I'm like,
Yeah. No, it's agüitan, way like,
Sí,
cause
güey.
when I pass them, like they speed like they
Yeah.
haul ass. But like I said, by that time I'm like
Yeah.
I already won.
no, like that's how it is with my car. Ever since I got my car, like, cause it's loud because it has an exhaust, but I didn't put it on there. That's how it came. So then, like, when I started riding around here, I never realized that I was against everybody that,
Yeah.
that also had an exhaust, you know. So like, I
Right.
pull up somewhere and if some motherfucker just pulls up, and then you're right, like it's green and it's like fucking, you know, Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, bro, like I don't mean for it to be loud. I'm just driving, you know, like.
But
I'm
that
sorry.
only happens in Fort Worth. Is what I'm saying. You know?
I don't. Well, I don't really hang around anywhere else. But Fort Worth in general, though, like when I drive to Grapevine, like for our planta,
Yeah.
you know, Grapevine, it's funny that our planta is like so Mexican and obscure because like everything else in Grapevine is like more upscale.
Yeah.
I mean, people over there driving Buicks and Lincolns, and
Yeah.
I'm like, these
Beanies.
cars don't exist in Northside. You
Yeah.
know, like these are luxury model cars.
Or like family cars. They're like
yeah,
SUVs.
yeah. So I'm like the fact that we drive over there to Grapevine for this planta, you know, but everybody else doesn't look like our target demographic for the audience. You know what I mean? So like, but even then at Burros, I think we get a lot of güeritos, like white
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. We had some.
Yeah.
Well, no, they were leaving. But as they were leaving, they were like, "Hey, how long do you guys play?" I'm like, "All night, man."
Yeah.
And then
De aquí hasta que
yeah.
se apagan las luces.
yeah,
you
and they
know?
were like, "Are you guys gonna be here next Friday?" I'm like, "Yes," but apparently we're not. So I lied to them.
But like every Friday, basically,
Yeah.
is like our plan.
I mean,
you
there's
know?
Mariachi
Yeah.
on Friday. Maybe it's not us,
It won't be us.
but
Yeah.
there will be Mariachi there. And they're like, "All right, we'll come back."
Yeah. No, it's genuinely like one of those kind of spots where I would think that white people are like, this is probably like an authentic place because it looks
Yeah.
like
I
it
feel
looks
like
like
they're
a
like,
hole in the wall,
I feel
So
yeah, it is a hole in the wall.
it's got holes in
like
the wall,
literally, it's like easy. Yeah, no, there's like, cause what is it? It's like CVS and then like Domino's and then there's like Burros has like this weird background where there's like hay como trailers atrás
Yeah.
and there's like
It's also like what looks like an abandoned car lot because there's a bunch of like cars that are just back there.
yeah, but then it goes back to like gas station and like Little Caesars and
the Sonic and other like little
and then it's downtown Grapevine, which is like it looks very nice compared
it's like the
to
main street
compared to the little chunk which is Burros.
Yeah.
It really is a hole in the wall. So it's very dark too.
It's almost like everything got developed except that restaurant.
Huh?
Like everything got developed except that restaurant. Like
pretty much.
They got a fresh coat of paint and that's what they've been kind of like banking off.
Taparon las ventanas.
Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, but I could see why like people were there and they flocked to that place because it's different. It's like
it feels authentic.
Authentic, yeah.
That one time we went to a Chinese buffet, my mom was like, "You think this is authentic?" I'm like, "No."
Chinese buffet?
Yeah.
Are they not?
I don't think so. Could you ever seen a Chinese person go there to eat?
Well, if you go to the one that's in North Side, it's puros Mexicanos.
I know, yeah. But no, you're not, because they're
true.
like...
I mean, I go to a buffet because of the value. I mean, you pay 12.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably like 14, 15 bucks now, but like to eat everything, that's a hell of a deal.
Okay, I'll put it somewhere. Have you ever gone to like an Asian place to eat?
Yeah, like...
Do you see like... ¿Sí?
No, pues sí tienen Asians adentro.
Pero comiendo, like, as customers.
Yeah, por eso, comiendo. That's what we're talking about.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, but they also own the restaurant usually. So that means that's what they be cooking, bro. They be like whipping it up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's this place in San Marcos called Asian Garden. No. I forgot what it was called, man. But it was the first restaurant I ever went to when I was in college. Like, they took me there. And I was like, damn, like, they had, like, it looked nice. There was, like, little water fountains in there. Not to drink out of, but like decorative ones. And then they had like they had signs and everything. So and they even had the music. Like I was like, damn, like this is the fanciest like Asian place I've ever been to. Like I'd only been to Panda, to be honest. Like I never like they took me to this place, right? So I went there and I was like, damn, this, and the food was good and everything. So I was really sad when they closed it. They closed it.
Oh.
Yeah, but it was chingon. Like I liked it. Rose Garden. My bad. There's an Asian garden, something else, Asian garden there, but this one's called Rose Garden. Yeah. No, estaba chingón, güey.
¿Estaba?
Well, sí, estaba. Rest in peace, donde quiera que estés. But it was a good place. It was a good place. And I guess that was the most authentic, I guess I got, other than, like I said, a Chinese buffet, they got fries there, so I don't know how authentic that is,
Or everything is just like...
French?
Like oiled up a lot.
It's good.
No, I'm not saying. Like we went there like
for Mother's Day.
For Mother's
Day weekend, yeah. And it hit for me because I was like, man, like this just slabs because I was hungry.
Yeah.
And we had been working a lot, so it was good, and I was pretty pumped about it. So. No, pues sí.
No, huevo.
So
how are you?
Oh no, it was good. I'm ready for the rest of the school year to finally finish, and I'm excited, dude. Like I'm actually gonna have the whole summer because last year we didn't have one. We basically had the month of July, and that's it. Yeah. This year I'll have all of June, July, and then at least the beginning of August. So I mean, it'll feel like it. I've never had the perks of being a teacher that's off like that, like being a teacher. Yeah,
because you're off and you're still getting paid, no?
I'm getting paid, finally, yeah. So it feels good to know that I won't have to worry about that, like it fucking chilling now, But it's a good experience because, I mean, it gives, honestly, like as a teacher, you do need like a reset, like a little bit. Same. That's why by the end of the year, you see people get burnt out and stuff. Like, I don't think I'm burnt out, but I like now that I know there's a break coming, I'm like, chingon. Like, I feel good that it's coming up. So like that makes me happy, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. But like it's not like it's like something that I'm fucking dying for or anything.
How does that make you feel?
No, pues sí, and I really I'm looking at it like a place to reset, especially because we're going to go to Albuquerque, right? That's the plan right now.
Mm-hmm.
To go out there, and I'm excited to just see musicians and
Mm-hmm.
hopefully just be around like badass musicians, to be honest. Because the reason I like being around like other mariachi musicians is because usually what it is that people like are happy about it, and they like pump each other up, which I kind of like more than putting like having people put you down, I guess you could say.
Okay.
Because like I guess with any musicians, you sometimes feel like you're either not good or maybe like there's people that practice, not like me, but there's people that practice, like people out here that practice every day, and they put on these recordings, and they're actually practicing to get better and learn more. And then there's always those people that like try to diminish that in a lot of ways, in the way that they comment on it. Like for example, okay, so I'll just bring up an example. I won't say like who it was or anything, but I saw something on Facebook like this weekend, and it was like it was a video of this local group that was playing. It was just,
Era un son.
but they were no, but I'm
Era el
saying
foreño.
yeah, but they were just playing like it was just pointed at the vihuela and the guitarrón, right?
Yeah, well, the
Yeah.
guitarronero kind of like went live with this
Yeah,
song. So it was just him, and he was just recording the armonía.
yeah, he was recording the armonía, and that's the thing about a son though. Like a son, you can kind of like you can kind of play around with the armonía a little bit, like
Especially if you're the only armonía or rhythm.
yeah. And in that group, I think they just have the guitarrón and the vihuela. So there was a lot of experimenting going on, a lot of like, well, I don't know if it's experiment. Maybe it was like their actual arrangement like that. I don't know. But the vihuela was going ham, the guitarrón was going ham, and like in the comments, one of the dudes just put like, nah, like that vihuela player is like playing too much, and it just kind of like, it doesn't make me mad. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but it's just like, but why though?
Yeah.
Like, why do you feel the need? Is it because it's not just like that one person? Like, I always feel like there's anytime that I'll play, I mean, people are watching you. Other musicians are watching you and stuff like that. There's always gonna be like that because I do it too. Like, there's always gonna be like that judgmental factor in your brain that watches and says like, they're doing really good, they're doing really bad. But I think it's more the fact that you and how you use that information. Because like, if I see that someone is struggling, or like maybe that doesn't make sense, or maybe if I don't even like really like how they play, like I'm not gonna make a comment solely based to like make them feel bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
Especially because I know that people out here like really trying, dude. Like, like how do you feel about that? I guess you could say.
No.
I'm like, I've been waiting on this.
I'm like, how much time do we have? I'm like, we're barely gonna cut it.
Damn,
Nah.
bro.
No, I do think it's true what you say. Like sometimes you are like, that doesn't sound very good, or that sounds really good, But I don't think you should be negative about it at all, you know, because like you said, people are trying. People that sometimes like they haven't been playing very long, which is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know some people here that are like, I don't want to say names. Should I say names? No. Like, we've had like an armonia player that he's been playing when he was about to graduate high school, right?
Okay.
And now, like, mariachi is his only line of work. So whenever I see him, he always knows a little bit more. He plays a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, you can tell he's been studying and...
trying to get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, o sea, sí, I can feel like a little bit of... sounds a little bit rough. Yeah. But it's very impressive how far he's gone. Yeah. So, like, and he always comes up to me, too. He's like, fuck, like, si la cagué, or, like, sound rough. I'm like, nah, dude, like, we started together, we ended together. Like, that's a A+ for me, Mm-hmm. And I feel like he wouldn't advance as much if he had someone tell him, like, yeah, dude, you fucked that up, and, like, you ain't shit.
And it's funny because, like, I've heard these stories, man. Like, I can't really say names because I don't want to put people's information out there, but, like, I'm going solely based on how I've heard, different people run groups or different people run their performances and stuff like that. And that's what I mean. Like, obviously, as musicians, we're always judgmental, but that's just
in general, like, I think people, like, not because, like, you're a negative person, but it's because I feel like you also compare it to yourself sometimes.
Hmm.
You know, like I wouldn't play like that, or like
Oh yeah, I
you
see
know,
what you're saying. Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? It's like you just do it naturally because like maybe I guess for me, like in my head I'm playing along with them.
Okay.
You know, or
Yeah.
like because I listen to recordings a lot too. Like when
Yeah.
I'm on my car, so I'm like, that's my way of studying. You know,
Yeah.
when I don't practice because I don't practice as much. So
Yeah, just
sometimes I'm
listening to
just
music.
driving and I'm
Yeah.
listening. I'm like, okay, you know, sol si re,
Yeah.
and it's like okay. But then when they do something different, something that you wouldn't do, you're like,
Yeah.
it sounds like you're kind of being like judgmental because you're like, I wouldn't do it like that.
Yeah.
But like that's just like that's the way your mind works.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's what I mean. Like, the more that I see stuff like that, where it's just like purposely telling someone like, no, this is wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe it is. You know, maybe it's like the most wrong thing ever. But that's the thing. Like, someone reads that, or like the person who was in the video or whatever sees that, and then they become desanimado because then they're like, oh well, like maybe this isn't the way to do it. I mean, the way that I would do it is different from maybe the way that you would do it or
Yeah.
someone else would do it. But I mean, if I'm purposely saying like, nah, like you should stop doing that, dude, because you're trash, or you stop doing that because it doesn't sound good. Like maybe it doesn't sound good to me, but someone else likes
Yeah.
that shit, you know.
Yeah,
So
like music is very subjective too.
yeah, exactly. Because
Like,
that's how I honestly I hate reading comments like on YouTube for mariachi because
same.
of that. Because anytime you read and like there's always like the supportive ones, and there are people that are, like, dude, this is so badass, or you sound great. And there's always that one guy like, nah, like le falta, and it's they're always in Spanish, dude. Like in Mexico, to be honest, like sometimes like those people they just judge, and
Yeah.
and so everything that they say on there is just like, no, like le falta mucho al violista, le falta mucho al guitarrón, no está tocando esto, practica más, and stuff like that. And I'm like, dude, well, if anything, you're kind of telling them to not practice because you're los estás desanimando, man.
Yeah.
Like, and
It kind of tells you like because I feel like people that are like that is because they grew up with people telling them like that.
yeah,
You know, that's why sometimes I feel bad with people that judge like that.
yeah,
Because it kind of lets you know like someone when they were growing up, someone was telling them like,
you're trash.
bro, you're trash.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like I feel like they're in a way they're very como rencorosos. You know, they feel like because they got treated like that,
yeah.
they're like,
Oh,
no, you're trash.
that it's okay to treat someone else like that.
Yeah,
Because it's like that's how I
sadly,
learned.
because
You know,
they're like you it's like kind of like you need this so you can like get better.
Yeah.
Even though it's not true.
Like one thing that I'm a big believer on sometimes, like just in general, not even music, but it's like tough love.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I feel like we need tough love because
No,
especially
yeah, I do.
yeah.
I do think you gotta be humble sometimes. Cause
Yeah.
sometimes as a kid, there was a time where Dr. G they yelled at me for it one time, cause I didn't mean it like that, but he did put me into perspective. Cause I remember, when we used to play those songs like Mediterranean Breeze,
Yeah,
which had like guitar parts, right?
ensembles.
Guitar A through D. Each one has their own part, and he put us in groups. And I got in my group, it was two other kids, and they were eran desmadrosos. They were those kids that were sitting in the back the whole time. Like they just took this as an elective, right?
Yeah, so they're just kind of sitting there. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean.
And so I remember when I saw the list, and Dr. G was next to me, and I remember just being like, "Fuck, I got all the stupid kids." And he took it as, but like I meant it as like I got the desmadrosos.
Yeah.
But he took it as like I got all the kids that suck at playing. That they're not very. They're like I was like I was making it sound like ellos estoy bien verga and they suck.
Yeah,
You know?
like you were way better than
Yeah.
them. Why are you?
That's
in
how
this
he
group?
took it.
Yeah.
So he gave me this whole lecture. He's like, "You think you're so hot, huh? Like just 'cause you can play this and that." And I'm like, "Huh?" Like, wait, I could feel all this heat in like my cheeks and like todo rojo. And
Yeah.
he's like. He humbled me very
Yeah,
well. No me
shit.
acuerdo que me dijo. I should remember like after that I was like,
Estás poquito miado,
Sí,
you know.
güey.
You got a little wet spot.
low
Like,
key, I was just
fuck.
like damn, like I don't want to be. I remember after that I was just like I didn't want to be looked at as that kid that was very like arrogant and like
Yeah.
very like I thought I was better than everybody, you
Yeah.
know. So I remember I would just be like,
And that's what I mean. I feel like if he didn't tell you that, maybe you would have been on that path, you know,
Yeah.
to be like, whatever. and that's what I mean. Like there's I that's why I believe in tough love, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, every person is different at the same time. Like you couldn't say that to someone who like was overly sensitive, you know,
Yeah.
because then they could be like no or
Yeah.
whatever, you know, and just not take it. Is
There's a difference between like tough love to like bullying.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Because like honestly, comments like that are like it's almost like bullying, bro. Like
It is.
because you're telling
trying to put someone down.
Yeah. At the same time, to what? To prove that you're somehow better or that you somehow know more?
Like, you know more enough.
Yeah.
Enough to, like, tell someone else, like, you need to keep...
Yeah.
You suck, basically.
And that's why, like, I've always tried to avoid that. Like, even when I feel, like, very judgmental with someone else, like, I still kind of, like, think in the back of my head, like, I know that I'm still trash at certain things. I know that I'm not the fastest player. I know. So, like, in some ways, I shouldn't be talking. You know what I mean? Because I know, like, just as easily someone could come at me and say, like, well, you don't do this, you don't do this. And I'm like, damn, like, well, you're kind of right, you know?
No, los que me sacan de onda are the ones that, like, comment on, like, the Camperos videos and Vargas videos.
Yeah, Sol de Mexico, you know.
And it's like, okay, like, you know, every guitarronero in all those big groups, they all play a little bit different, you know? And I like some more than others, you know? So I could say, you know, this bass player kind of plays a little bit, different. I don't know, different.
Yeah.
But where was I going with this? I'm not saying they suck, you know? I'm just saying, like, I prefer the way this other player plays. Because I know all three of them can kick my ass, right? Mm-hmm. That should be a given. They're in a group that big. Like, it's because they know their shit, you know? And it's like, it always grinds my gears when someone's like, nah, este vato that's singing, like, me debería estar en el Vargas, you know? And I'm like, tú no estás en el Vargas, you know? Like, fuck are you doing? Like, there's people that saw this guy and they're like, this guy's very good. Like, he should be in our group.
Like,
you know?
The fact that he's in that situation already tells you, like, everything you need to know. Like, if he's in one of these premier groups and you're not, like, that already just tells you, like, all you need to know. Like, to be honest, I mean, like I said, you're welcome to form an opinion, but when you're kind of saying it, like I said, to kind of justify that you're somehow better, you somehow know more, then it's like, no, like, we're at the same level, bro. Like, you and me. So it's like, you play on the weekends, I play on the weekends. So what's the difference? Like, you play in another group and I play in another group, you know? Like, and that's what I mean by, like, being around musicians. Like, you don't know how each one is going to act, to be honest. You don't know how each one is going to think. Because, to be honest, that's how I feel sometimes when I go, like, play with outside groups or even, like, on, like, live videos. Like, when people go live, honestly, like, not every single mariachi musician is given, like, 110% every aspect of it in any given gig. You know what I mean? So, but, like, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, like, who's watching this? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, who's watching this and thinking, like, nah, Sammy's doing some worse shit, or, like, why is he doing that? Oh, he fucked up that one part. Like, I really don't know if they're doing that. But, like, the more I think about it, the more it makes me, like, almost, like, self-conscious. Like, fuck, I gotta be, like... And that's what I mean. Like, I don't know who's watching. I don't know how they're thinking. I don't know how they're commenting. So, like, I don't want to be that person, because then, in some ways, I'd be becoming, like, the person that I'm, like, kind of, like, scared to be looking at my shit. You know what I mean? Like, I feel, like, icky being that guy to be like, oh, this dude's fucking trash. Like, no, and it makes me feel, like, a certain type of way. That's why I don't really enjoy that shit. So, like, seeing comments like that on Facebook, which it's not the first one I've seen. You know what I mean? It's
siempre va a haber.
Siempre va a haber, you know? So, it's just a matter of, like, what are you putting out into the world? You know what I mean? That's kind of how I look at it. Because I've had students come to me and tell me, like, Mister, like, you know a lot, like, what's the fastest you can play and stuff like that. I'm like, and then that's how they start, right? They're like, Mister, is that the fastest song you can play? And I'm like, no, it was probably, I don't know. but it's like I'm not gonna tell them, like, nah, kid, like, you don't know shit. You know, like, I know more because of you. You know, I've been playing for fucking 10 years. I'm like, yeah, but that's not an accomplishment, bro. Like, I'm just a guy. Yeah, I'm just a dude, and you're a student, or you're another guy. You know, so it's like, we're all in the same playing field.
And then, like, social media has enabled it a lot too.
Hell yeah.
Like, the fact that you don't have to look at someone and tell them that. Because I've never seen anyone go up to, like I said, like, someone in Vargas and be like, bro, tú tú no tocas como el pato, you know? Like, all I see is someone, like, probably that same guy, like, sucking his dick, like, right then and there, you know, like, oh, Maestro, you know, like, mucho gusto en conocerlo, quién sabe qué, but you already know, you're like...
But then behind the scenes, it's like, okay.
Yeah, like, on the YouTube comments, he's like, it's not pato, bro, you know? It's like,
okay.
No mames.
Okay, yeah.
And
then it's the whole thing of like maestro, you know. And I've never wanted to be like that too much because it's like these guys, yes, they're like the biggest musicians ever. So I honestly like I kind of stay back because like I don't know how people are, you know. So I don't want to be like all up on them and stuff. So like I'm very respectful. I'm like, you know, maestro, and that's it, you know. But yeah, you're right. It's almost like fucking brown nosing, dude. It's like, dude, like, I'm like, los andabas marriendo ayer, güey.
Yeah.
You know, a couple. I remember we had this whole conversation.
Yeah.
You were all like,
yeah,
they're not that good.
Yeah,
because
eso se ve mucho, and you see it at Albuquerque too. Like,
yeah,
like, someone's like, nah, este güey no gusta como toca or whatever, and then you see him with that guy, and they're like, oh no, bro, toqué un chingo, güey, like, tocas bien chingón. I'm like, no mames, yeah. Like, despístala, güey, o sea.
You're just sitting there like,
yeah, dude.
I hate it here, you know.
It's like,
and that's why I mean, like, I want to go to Albuquerque because I want to be around musicians, not to judge. Even if, like, in the back of my head, the little evil Sammy is like, you know, se vatos out of tune a little bit, you know, oh, he fucked that shit up. I'm not gonna go up to him and be like, hey, wait, you fucking suck, bro.
Yeah.
Like who does that? And not even like the people that are the super judgmental type will tell you to your face.
Yeah.
They'll tell someone else about it and then, you know, like fucking discuss it and have a whole fucking TED talk about it. But then, like, you know, when they see you, oh, wait, that's chingón, wait.
Yeah.
And then it's like, who's authentic here, you know? So that's what I mean. Like, I try to be at least truthful about what I'm seeing, or if I'm gonna say something, it's not to put you down, because it's like, honestly, we're all the same fucking playing field. That's ultimately what I'm saying. We're all at the same fucking playing field. Like, if we're not in those premier groups, yo que te voy a decir. You know what I mean?
It's like it reminds me of like gym etiquette, like. Because a lot of people, I don't know recent videos, but like a lot of people like to tell people that work out how to do a lift or something.
Do stuff, yeah.
But it's like, you don't tell anyone something unless they could hurt themselves or like hurt someone else. You know, if you see someone like they're about to like dislocate their arm, you should help them out.
Yeah.
You don't want them like pain, like
getting hurt.
Yeah,
it fucking
you know?
sucks. Yeah.
That's what you should do. Like, if you see someone doing something that, you know, maybe a little tip could help them out with, then, you know, why not? But do it respectfully too. Like, don't be like, hey, wait, no toques así, no seas pendejo, you know? Just be like, you know, like, you could try this. You know, maybe it makes you feel better. Yeah. Try it this way. So, you know, if they don't take it, that's on them. Yeah. You know? Like, but you gotta be respectful. Come on.
That's what I mean, man. I don't like seeing that shit, man. It's because it's like, as musicians, we're supposed to be sticking together, bro. Like, I honestly think that, like, we all play this music that we like it enough to do it consistently, you know? So it's like, why are you going to put someone down on something that, to be honest, we're not professionals of, you know?
Right.
And I know that the people, they're usually the ones talking, aren't as chingon as they think, you know? Like, so it's like, what are we doing here, you know? It's whatever.
I'm like, just take a look inside yourself, you know?
But Albuquerque should be fun this year.
Yeah. I always go as a spectator. That's the fun part for me.
You went, what year was it?
2018?
18?
18.
Or
19.
Because 20 was the year they canceled, and then last year they canceled.
Oh, it was 18 then.
18?
Yeah, that was a long time.
You didn't go to 19?
No.
You skipped a year, and then it was the COVID year?
I didn't go for a reason.
Was there work or something?
I think so.
Maybe? No. Well, it should be fun. And if you guys are out there, we'll be out there judging everybody, so. We're just like trash. No, I don't think.
No, I think I legit look like a lost kid or something. Like, because I'm just walking around and like.
You're that guy?
Yeah, because I'm just like, I like meeting people, because I feel that's what you're supposed to do in a setting like that.
No, you're supposed to learn.
No, that's other workshops. I'm just walking around. It's fun.
I'll be in the workshops. I'll be over there like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you know, that kind of shit. Weekend was alright.
No, you said you're auditioning, no?
Oh, yeah, I want to audition. I want to. I've always wanted to do that. Do the master's class. I auditioned once.
There you go.
I auditioned once.
Did you make it?
No, that was no way.
Oh.
And then they made me go first, and then Pato was judging me.
Oh.
So like I was
Pato
I was nervous as hell, bro. Like I think it was when I was with Northside, so I was wearing like we used to wear those like
the maroon shirts,
the maroon collared shirts with the little split. So like we all looked the same, I remember I went in there. And Pepe, who's now in Sol, obviously got it. Yeah. I'm like, well, that makes sense. But I remember that year they put us in there, and I was they just sat us down, and then Pato from Vargas comes up, who's like fucking legend, and I'm over here like nervous as hell. And then they said, "Empezamos contigo, no?" And I'm like, "Fuck!" Like I wanted to at least see like the process, right? So like I was concerned as fuck, and then he just tells me, "Okay, toca una ranchera," and I'm like. Pues cuál, He's like, yeah, and I was like, tú dime, but I was like, no, tócale, and he was like getting frustrated, and I was like, so I just like put down a G, and I was like, chan, and he's like, okay, yeah, a ver, toca un son, and I was like, ¿cuál? He's like, tú tócale, and I'm like, okay, chan, but I was nervous as hell, bro, like I still remember honestly, like mariachi is one of those things where you can have like living legends still in the room. So, I mean, here's Pato's been playing for 50 years, and Mariachi Vargas is the most popular, best mariachi in the world. And I'm like, I got to play a song for this fool. Like, how am I going to do this, So I started, and like 1 second later, he's like, all right, sit down. And I'm like, okay. And then he kicked me out of the room. So I was like, fuck, I guess this is it, and that was it. That's literally it, man. It was that fast. No gané,
Yeah.
No salí con el premio. But I've always wanted to do that class, man. It seems cool. Like I want to. And I feel like do you feel like your playing has changed? Like from, when we went 2013?
Yeah, it's gone down.
Down?
Sure. ¿Para qué te miento, güey?
So I have no chance that if mine's
no, you're good.
No, because I was just saying in general, because I feel better about, like I feel like I wouldn't be as nervous as before. Like before I was genuinely nervous.
No, I think you can make it.
A ver qué pedo.
No, you got it, bro.
A ver si no llega otro vato. It's probably if anybody's gonna get it,
it's Pepe like.
It's Pepe again.
Came to audition. Like, no.
I'm like, aren't you that guy from Sol? He's like, no hay pedo, güey. Tú dale. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, wait a minute. No, if someone gets it, pues chingón. I'm just going because I really want to go. I've been wanting to go for years.
Made the best win,
Yeah. You see, no, I'll just drive back, I guess. Drive all the way back to Fort Worth. Like
you buy your ticket for the concert.
Yeah, I'm like, refund that shit.
Be like, that could have been me.
That should be me. Anyway, this weekend was pretty slow, I guess you could say.
It wasn't slow. It was short.
It was short. Yeah, you're right. We had work, but everything was short. Like the plant on Thursdays and Fridays were both short. We didn't even play till close. So I was like, the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I was like, what are we like?
Were you standing around like, yeah?
We're doing like the minimum amount of work, It felt weird. Like Seafood Shack, there was no drunks at the bar.
Yeah.
It was just a bunch of chairs.
I'm like, they had school too.
Right? Like, it's funny because, like, that's how you know there's going to be talón when there's usually guys over there and ya nadie. Or there was no guys in general. It was a bunch of, it was like ladies' night or something.
Right.
There was like whole tables of nothing but ladies. So it felt like Galentine's Day from Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec.
It was just a bunch of girls, so... Oh, what'd you say, las divorciadas?
Cállate, güey. No, just...
Hey, you don't know that. They got like a divorced ladies club. What if that was a thing,
They all showed up.
If I was divorced, I want to be in the guys club, Just go out to eat with my friends.
You just go bar hopping.
And all of us just cry about our wives, our ex-wives. You're like, fuck.
You're like, Cheryl used to get oysters.
Otro vato was over here like, not the margaritas. She loved the margaritas.
She loved the mango margaritas, bro.
You drinking it while you're crying, kind of shit, You get like what are they called? The oysters?
Yeah.
And you're like, one of them like eats it, and he's like, damn, I should call her, bro. Like, damn.
You're like, she loved the shrimp.
She really loved the shrimp. These aren't even jumbo.
You get Mariachi and they're like, damn, she like Mariachi. She's married to one now. Like.
And then they ask for mujeres divinas, and ella.
Or they've been everywhere they've been asking for Grupo Firme, right?
Yeah, dude. The Firm group is very popular right now. We only know that one song. We only played one more del Grupo Firme at a gig, and we didn't know it. Remember, he was.
Le hicimos un arreglo.
Yeah, salió como salió. You know, we're all over the fucking place, but we played it. You know, it was rough, but we did it. You know, but we don't know a lot of Grupo Firme. I mean, they're friggin'. What kind of group are they? Like banda norteño? Banda, no? But there's like accordions in there.
No sé. No, I think it's just banda.
Nah, it's not banda, bro.
It is banda.
No sé, güey. To be honest, it's not my music that I listen to.
Yeah, it's not my level of expertise.
Yeah, so well, like I said, Seafood Shack was it was a bunch of ladies. So there wasn't a lot of talon. We didn't even play till close. We're still in that weird formation where we're right next to the windows. So my ass was hot. You know what's funny? You know how like we're set up in that place by the windows now?
Mm-hmm.
You know how there's like a ledge of wood?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you always sit on it?
Yeah.
And I do too. So like, you know when you're walking up the stairs of Seafood Shack or like the little ramp? So when I was coming up, I just see ass, bro. Because like I looked in and it's just like, tus nalgas, I was like, oh, cabrón. So I made me realize like every time we like sit on that little thing, like when we're just playing, I'm like, everybody's just like, damn, caked up, bro. Like, fuck. Because anybody that comes up on the ramp, like, there's no denying it, bro. It's there.
Damn, estamos en Mariachi.
Yeah, they're like, damn. Pero sí, güey, it was all right, I guess.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It was just short.
And then Seafood Shack, Burritos Locos, like I said, Grapevine. Taiwan. We went to go buy a Red Bull, just you and me.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of cute.
La pichaste.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, perro.
And
Like,
then, what else happened there? Still?
There was that guy that wanted you in front of him.
Yeah, there's this guy there that asked for pura pinche clásica and shit. Like, he wanted Bodas de Luis Alonso.
Yeah.
But he wanted the Vihuela in front of him for some reason. So we just said, like, no.
I think, yeah.
We didn't play it. It's because we played it in the past, but it's been years since
we played it.
It was one of those songs that Arturo assigned to us, and then we went home and learned it, and then we forgot about it.
Yeah.
So we were talking about that this weekend. We have a bunch of little like songs and
los sones.
Los sones popurris that we used to do. Because lately we just been starting with like La Negra and fuck, we don't even Cihuateco. But we used to play like little popurris de sones, you know, like El Cuatro con.
Oh yeah, we used to make songs together. El Cuatro con what? Llano Grande.
Llano Grande, yeah. It was Llano Grande until El Cuatro. We had
el Atlense y el
Gavilancillo, and then todos los abajeños, también like Pasajero and
Las Olas
y Arrieros, yeah.
We haven't played El Ochenta in a long. We stopped playing El Gavilán.
And there was a while we played Gavilán. We played Balaju. We played Balaju back then. There's a bunch of songs that we just have like in the back burner that we just haven't played lately. Hay que sacarlas otra vez, güey.
El Terequeteque.
We never played that.
Yes, we did, bro. You want to bet?
No, because I'm not sure.
I know I'm right because we've said in this.
Was it in the key? Was it in the same key?
En fa.
En fa?
Sí.
No me acuerdo.
Paco was there. Paco and Arturo sang it.
Oh, no.
I think we played most of the songs and from that album, El de Sones de Jalisco.
Oh, we played Vaquilla before.
La Vaquilla, we played it. Yeah. We haven't played Las Indias. That's one we haven't.
Yeah, we never played Las Indias.
But the rest, I think we played them.
Más o menos.
Pasajero.
Anyway, yeah, so that was a plan. Saturday. We met at Chuck E. Cheese, which I never met there with you guys at the.
Yeah,
Chuck E.
well,
Cheese.
it's because the last time we met there, you drove to the gig because you came from school.
Oh, okay.
It was that gig in Cleveland.
I was a little worried. It's because, like I said, we're in South Fort Worth. It's a little rough. It's right there on the parking lot of Gran Plaza. And I used to work there back when I worked at the car dealership. And I know there's people that walk around there like NPCs in GTA. Like,
no, we all know, bro.
It's crackheads, you know, and
it's like Dallas.
Huh?
Yeah,
Dallas. it's a little rougher. So I was like, I don't feel comfortable leaving my truck here. Pero ya que, you know. We went to church. We haven't played a misa in forever, man.
For real?
Yeah, we haven't played a misa in a while. We played. We bet on the number of cuhs we thought the chambelanes were gonna be.
Were all of them?
We were with the over under was 6. So if there was over or under 6 cuhs. And you can tell you can spot a cuh by the haircut,
Mm-hmm.
the stance on some of them. Yeah, like if they're really skinny, they always have like a, like they have a fucking. They look like it's the Mr. Crocker from Fairly Odd Parents. They have the stance. You know what I'm saying?
The drip.
If they pull up in a drop Chevy, drop Ram, drop Ford,
GMC.
Yeah.
Dylan. No, they got.
If they're listening to Grupo Firme, they're probably a cuh. If they ask for Ariel Camacho, they're probably a cuh.
The way they dress too, like the shirt and the pants.
You mean they wear shirts and pants. Y luego también they had a guy that looked like Remy from Ratatouille.
Oh, I see. Song was like that.
It's funny because like anytime we point out like someone looks like someone, it's like in a situation we can't laugh.
Yeah.
So it's the middle of church and I'm like, hey, wait, look over there.
No, wait. El Padre looked at me, bro. Like,
oh, he saw you?
Yeah.
He was a white dude, right?
Like,
he's I told you I was like no, because you told me that some fool looked like Sid from Toy Story.
yeah, because he had like
no.
the cheeks.
Nah, bro. Like this is a big motherfucker. This motherfucker was like 6'3", bro. I was like, Sid was a little.
He had the face of a baby though.
Nah, bro. Nah.
Yeah, I can see you.
I was like, there's no excuse, bro. You have 2020 now. Like,
that's why you should trust me.
Nah, wait. I have 2020 with glasses.
With glasses.
Por eso.
No cuenta.
Point is, like two kids down. I was like, wait, look over there. Like, you seen Ratatouille? You're like, yeah. I'm like, el chef that has Ratatouille on his head. And you looked over, and it's funny because, like, every time we want to laugh, we have to, like, put our head down.
Yeah.
Like, to be like, te mamaste, güey. We gotta be like, no, But that's the other thing. The other thing was we also played, after that, we went to Seafood Shack. We got some food, which was very filling. Like when I ate, I was like very full.
We make it very easy on the waitress. She's like, "I got unas flautas mixtas.
Unas flautas, please.
Usted, flautas. Usted también."
I think we all ordered it this time, no?
No sé. I don't think the mic ever got
Oh, the mic got a...
I think he got a cocktail, no?
I think so.
No me acuerdo.
But everybody else got the flauta. So it's like, let's get one cocktail, and then everybody else...
Yeah.
was like six
And then
plates.
The only different one is like Boyo. He gets it without...
The salad?
Yeah.
I'm like, does Boyo like his tacos with just meat?
I don't know.
Cause he's got that aura. I feel like he would get tacos. Yeah, I feel like he'd get tacos with just the carne. It's like sin nada, Sin nada. Con ketchup, please.
Still. But I feel like the waitress just has like a very good time.
Oh, the waitress was
it's not her, bro.
We like I said, we always come up with names. This girl looks like Rey from Star Wars.
Mainly because of the hair.
It's because she would do like a ponytail.
Like triple ponytail.
Yeah. Nah, she wouldn't do it exactly, but like she would.
There were 3.
Oh, you're right. She did kind of do it like that. Yeah, so she set herself up for that one. Yeah, she looked like Ray, so that's kind of what we called her. And we realized that like
her.
I think it's her, bro.
Cuz when
it was the
because
voice.
At first she was a hostess, right?
Yeah.
And she looked like a kid. And
you were blind before though. I pointed that out.
But I've seen her up close too. And now she looked like she went in through a time like 20 years later.
It's been like a year or 2.
Has it?
Yeah.
Fuck.
So I guess she never quit because usually we're like, oh, I guess they quit. But this girl is just, I guess she worked another shift now. So now we see that she works on Thursdays. Or, on Saturdays.
There was a whole debate, which I'm pretty sure she heard.
Yeah, we're all like, si es güey, no es güey, no si es güey.
Okay, man, she's like, no soy, okay? Like,
my bad, bro.
Disculpe. You're like, yeah, she was spitting on the flauta.
Yeah, she's like, I'm like, fuck. All right.
She's like, esto es para Sammy. Like, just para Victor, like, she drops it on the floor. She's like, whoops. She picks it up.
No. Gross. I still ate them, though.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah, they were good. ¿Y lo que más pasó?
Then we went to the La Quinceañera from the... She was the same one, right?
Yeah, the church that we played at was for quinceañera, so we went to the reception as well. We were supposed to start at 5:30, and apparently he moved it to 5, which I thought we're going to go early before anybody. Like, 5 is early, dude. But yeah, we went ahead and made it later, or earlier. There was people already there, but it looked like a club, that I think they rented out because they had like a whole stage, they had like a dance floor, and it had the vibe of like a country club. Like
I'm like
they
thinking
played,
about it. I think they should like turn into a salon.
I think so.
Because I don't think it's worth it for any club to rent on a Saturday night.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So it has to be a salon.
And then they had no AC. Well, they had AC, but shit was fucking trash because they had like these huge fans, and it was just warm. Like it was moist, and it was.
I feel like outside.
Yeah, it was. It felt better outside. Oh, we didn't even talk about that. The day started at 90 degrees, and when we finished that gig, we walked outside and it dropped down to 60, which was
65.
It felt cool.
It was
like,
cold.
Yeah,
it was
I was like, wait, like my nips were like, you know. They were ready. They weren't ready, if anything. But I was like, damn, like it's just wild. Like the huge change. I was like, and then it even looked like dark and like como que iba a llover or some
like
shit.
a scene of Twister, bro.
Well, yeah. When we went to the next gig, we showed up and it was like fucking windy as shit, and it looked like the movie Twister, which scared me.
Because there was lightning, but there was no rain. I think that's scary. Like
lightning with no rain.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, it just gives you, like, that vibe of, like, it's coming, you know?
Something's coming.
Yeah.
But we don't know what. No, that movie Twister fucked me up as a kid. Because when it told you that Tornado Alley was from Oklahoma, like, to Texas, and I'm like, I was like, I live in North Texas. Like, you telling me we won't fucking die? Like,
you're like, an F5's gonna throw, like, a truck at me?
Yeah, an F5, yeah. Like, I think we talked about this at the movie. Made it seem like the tornado was like a bad guy, like a
had like consciousness.
Yeah, like it knew exactly where to go, how to fuck up the trucks.
Like it was always throwing something at you. Yeah. Which I mean, I feel like that's how I feel like, because there's just like they pick something up and they shred it and they're throwing everything in every direction. So I feel like it will feel like it's like hunting you down.
Yeah, specifically. Yeah. Nah, that's fucking wild. Tornadoes are nothing to fuck with.
It's always scary that thing that's like, if you see a tornado and it's not moving, it's because it's coming at
you. Yeah.
Hello.
I'm like, can you tell it to stop, please? Like, it's just scary, dog.
Like swiper, no swipe. It's like, damn, like
tornado, no killing, bro.
Like, you got me there, boy.
Yeah. No, yeah. The last gig was we have a history at this house.
Otra vez. Poor friend. Right?
So so we were pulling up, and the last time we came here was for like a girl's graduation. Turns out she's the sister to somebody. But we pull up to this house, and it's like this long dirt road that takes you to this house. So it almost, and with the lightning in the background and shit, it kind of looked like, you know, we're going to some shit, right? And then Arturo's the one that was the one that got all hype. He was like, hey, wait, no mames. And he's like, it's la casa. And it's la casa. And I slowly start to realize, like, oh, shit, el amor de mi vida. Like, if you've been listening to the pod, you know, for a long time.
Or you can go back to it. I think it's called that, no?
El amor de mi vida. Yeah, if you listen to that episode. So, this particular location has our violinist is Boyo. We said it on that episode. He shot. Okay.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. We said, yeah, I remember specifically because I made the video to it and everything. Okay. Anyway, Boyo shot his shot with the girl there. And this was like years ago. Like, I don't remember when it was, bro, but it's been a while now.
It's been a long time.
Like, it's been a long time. And we've been to this house. So he shot his shot with this girl there. He, you know, asked her for her number? Right?
Yeah.
That's what the original thing was, right?
Yeah, like, can I have your number?
It was this girl there, you know, she was very pretty. You know, so he shot his shot and he asked for her number. And that's how we kind of got started with that. And then we went back like a year or two later. I don't remember the timeline of events.
I think we played it like at least 4 times. The first time was that when he was like, can I have your number? Yeah,
and it didn't work. So then another time that we went back, and we went because the guy, who was now her guy, her husband, yeah, you're skipping forward, bro. The guy was just a guy at first, and he hired us to go to this house. We didn't know what house it was, but he was just saying he was gonna ask this girl to be his girlfriend.
Yeah.
We thought he was gonna propose because he made it like such a big deal.
Because he got a mariachi for it.
Yeah.
And then, like, he got like roses and everything.
Yeah, and he's all like,
oh, perro.
he was like, this is el día más importante de mi vida, like the most important day of my life. We're like, oh shit, you can get married, dog?
Which technically it is now.
Now it is, if you think about it, because he just asked her to be his girlfriend, so we went there, and, you know, this is a bad situation, because, you know, the girl that, you know, he asked out is now getting asked out by this other guy, and and when we were playing, remember, it was kind of rainy, and it was cold, and while we were playing, and Boyo was singing to this girl, Hermoso Cariño, while they're making out, you know, so there's a whole situation there.
It was cold as fuck, too.
Yeah, it was cold as shit, I remember. And then a couple years later, we come back again, and now that she wasn't there, I remember. But we asked the dad, you know, and
we asked her, hey, where's that girl at?
yeah,
No manches.
I don't know. Arturo got an update, and the update was like, oh yeah, like she's actually married and pregnant, and she's actually gonna have her kid pretty soon.
Wasted no time, bro.
And we were like, oh shit, like that's the timeline of events. And today this time we got like the latest update because we went. And she was there, and she's still with the guy, and then now she has a fucking like a kid. She has like a kid, and he's like 4 years old or something like that. Like he was running around. Boy got some legs, so he can walk. You know, so that was the update. Like now she had dyed her hair. You know, we couldn't tell if it was her for a while.
I couldn't until the one told me was on mic.
Yeah.
The mic came up to me. He's like, "Oh, man, it's la chava that que le dimos serenata.
Yeah,
it was cold as fuck."
Yeah.
I was still like, seguro. He's like, sí, like I just talked to his guy,
El
to
chavo?
her guy,
Yeah.
que nos contrató, and I'm like, perro. Like,
Yeah. Wasted no time. Yeah, I mean, like they have a whole little family,
Yeah.
right? And it's just like a circle of life, you know, because like here's Boyo.
What?
You know, we're seeing their love story unfold, and then here's Boyo singing Hermoso Cariño again, you know, come full circle, you know.
Okay.
So he's over here, you know, playing, and we looked over and we're like, bro, that could have been you, that could have been your kid, bro. Like,
could have been.
You could have been not even a charro right now, like. You know, maybe this was destiny telling you, you know, you weren't supposed. Like this is the result of her saying no.
Yeah.
You know, and we're all like, now she's got this beautiful family, you know, and a husband.
Who looks like Cristiano Nodal.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit like Panda, like.
Yeah, a little bit. It's like a little mix, right? And you know, Boyo's out here gigging,
living his best life, bro.
living his best life. You know, making money and singing "Hermoso Cariño" to that girl. You know,
bro.
It's just funny because like we pulled up and like we all got hyped. We're like, oh, it's that fucking house. Like, oh shit. It's just wild. It's just like you're seeing like a literal evolution of. I mean, when we first met this girl, she was just a single girl. You know,
we played for graduation.
Was it her graduation?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like the beginning of her.
Graduated from TW or UNT.
Maybe. It was like the beginning of her life, right? She's at the end of graduation, so she's the beginning of her life, and now we're seeing her. Like the next time we'll see her, you know, she probably got another kid. You know, she probably got her second husband. It might be Boyo. You know, like
right?
you know, we don't know what's gonna happen there. So it's just crazy to see like the life of.
And this time we played for her sister's boyfriend.
Her sister's boyfriend, yeah, who had just graduated. Yeah, white dude.
He's gotta be a lawyer. No, he's from Guadalajara, no?
Nah, way.
Or was that a joke?
It was a joke.
I believed him.
He's white.
Oh.
He didn't speak Spanish. Or he did. But like poquito. I'm pretty sure. Well, yeah, he
canta y todo,
so
bro.
he sang Aventurero and Mujeres Divinas. But I mean, he's a white dude. He had his family there.
Who?
El Güero. He had like the people that were sitting in front of us, the ones that were like, oh, so this is what Mexicans are like.
The ones that were not having a good time?
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like puros Mexicanos, and there's like that one table, you know, that's
sitting there like,
they're like, damn, like, you know, they're just eating carne asada. Like, here, like, what the hell?
Huh.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, he sang, and me cayó bien, you know, because he was singing in Spanish. He was hype.
He asked for like San Miguel el Alto and like.
Yeah, and I was like, damn, bro, like, you know your shit. So I was like, chingón, way. I was like, you got yourself a good one. And he looked like a doctor/lawyer. Like, I don't know what he graduated in, but he looked smart, you know. And
he brought us waters. That's where I started liking him.
Yeah, he brought us waters. He like offered us a bunch. So that's what I'm saying. Like he was he was a good guy. So I was like, damn, like the next time we come, maybe like now the sister has a kid, you know, and
I still
hey man, like it's been years since we've seen them, you know. So that's what I'm saying, like, so like just to see it come full circle, you're like, whoa, you know, it's wild. She had a whole fucking family, bro, and we were there for the beginning of it. So it's like, yo aquí todo igual, they're over here having, you know, like a whole chapter of their life. And
No, because you were single when we played for them. Not single,
Nah,
but you were not married.
when was
and you
it?
didn't have a house. So now you're married and you have a house
I guess so.
and a dog
And a dog
and a cat.
and a cat.
So that's progress, you
It's progress for now. Not saying. I'm gonna leave that up to interpretation, I guess. Like for now.
But yeah, that was a cool gig. That was a cool gig to end with.
Yeah, that was the last gig. We didn't have too much, and then we went home, and that's it.
Like, you get water?
Yeah, and I was in the fucking line for an hour, bro.
For real?
For an hour. Like I felt bad because she was like, "I'm sorry, it's because we're short staffed," and I'm like, "Well, I mean, damn, that kind of sucks." Because I mean, imagine working, dude. I got into the line when it was wrapped around the building, and when I left, it was still wrapped around the building. And if they're on short staff, it's like, fuck, they're fucking flipping these burgers right now, like they're trying to go as fast as possible, you know. So I felt bad, but I was also like, damn, like I was really here an hour. Bro. Like, I was an hour. Like if
You're
I
like,
were
I
to,
understand, but no, man.
yeah,
Still.
like if I were to tally up all the time I've spent at a Whataburger drive-through, I'd probably have an extra year of my life, bro. Like in my life, it's just been that long. Like
mine was pretty fast.
No, pues está chingón, güey. Chingón. And yeah, but that was the weekend. That's it.
Yeah.
It was fun. Let's get into Charro Chat real quick before we take off right here. Earn Crab 392 says, how many trajes do you guys have? You just got some new ones?
Oh shit.
Do you still have the old ones?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna use those like for an emergency or
Probably. Nah. Esos no. Probably the ones after that. Because they might still fit me. But I have like 2 white ones now and like 3 black ones.
You have 3 black ones?
Yeah.
Oh, the Eagles one,
That's
right?
Aguilas,
That's the earliest one.
And then the other cheaper one that started falling apart. Now this one.
This one.
I'm like, fuck.
That was chingón.
Yeah, I still have the red one from Imperial.
I still have that in my house. My mom has it somewhere in the house.
That. I have like 15 moños too.
Tu colección, güey, no mames. No, I just have the one black traje and the one white one.
Bro? What'd you do to the other ones?
I don't know. I know my brother has my very first pair of pants. And one of them, I think I might have thrown away because they were, like I said, they were like ripping up on the thighs area. So I don't know if I threw them away, but they're gone. I don't know where they are.
I donated them, bro.
To who?
I don't know.
Who wants ripped up traje pants? Next one. Roheli says, I have my last high school mariachi concert this week. Wish us luck, please. Good luck.
Like, pop a string. Get it like break a leg, but with like strings.
Okay, do it. Geo52311 says, is it a big deal for a charro to be wearing the wrong color suit when they're filling as a sub?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, you're a sub.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like if you're a sub, you don't really care what the mariachi's image is.
Yeah.
Like you're just coming in to fill in. Like,
bro, if you look at pictures of Mariachi Vargas, they all have different trajes.
Really?
Yeah.
Which Vargas?
Like where Gaspar was in.
Oh, pues yeah, they used to wear street clothes, bro.
Yeah.
In the very, very beginning,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
they wore whatever they had on.
Like, they didn't mind, bro.
Yeah.
Pasa nada.
I mean, just wear what you got. I mean, I'm sorry that I don't have the green trajes that you guys have. Like, I'm gonna come in black. I'm sorry, like, because I've also like people have given me trajes like to wear with that specific group, like in the beginning, and like a veces no me quedan, so I look ridiculous. So it's like I look like an inflatable balloon right now. Like I don't want to wear this, you know. So yeah, I mean, if you're wearing something different, as long you're there to play, not to fucking look cute as fuck. I mean, if you look cute as fuck, it was, you know, extra perk, you know. But if not, pues no pasa nada. You're just there to play. Tú tócale, güey. At Violero Tony says, what is it that y'all love about y'all's instrument the most? Are you gonna pick guitarrón or harp?
Oh yeah, that's what I am. That's what I am now. That's who I am.
¿Qué tú?
I like the vibe.
Fucking Gen Z or what the...
No, I don't know. I've always liked. I've always liked the the appearance that guitarrones have. I think they look so like when you look at it, you're like, damn, it has like so much detail and like the ones that I have right now is uno is de Ruben, which I like that one because it doesn't look from this time. Like if you look at it, like La Boca is a little bit smaller, but and like I think it's called like La Yarda, right?
On the side.
That looks very different compared to other Rubens that I've seen, and like I just like the way it looks, and I like that one too because it's very symmetrical. Like all the little pieces that were put together, like they meet at in the middle, and like it looks really nice, you know. And like the Roberto has like really nice concha on the yarda. It looks really nice from far, so I like the look a lot, you know. And they sound good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of why I like vihuelas. I just like that no vihuela looks the same. Like, they just look all different. Like, if I see, like, 5 violins, chances are they look the same. Like,
yeah,
they all look the same.
Yeah, it's really hard. Like, I was only told, like, Saul, like I can't, because he has a really good violin and, like, another violin, because, I don't want to say it sucks, but it's, like, not as great as the other one.
Well, yeah, they're 2 completely different price points.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to say that, but I don't know when he has a good one or the bad one or the other one.
Well, that's something he would know as a musician.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But us, I just see the same violin, you know.
Violin, yeah.
But sometimes like I'm gonna bring the other one this time. I'm like, you had the other one this time, like you know, like in my head. But like I don't want to sound like an idiot. So I'm like, oh, chingón, bro. Yeah.
Tú dale, güey. Yeah. No, yeah. That's how. And then like trumpets too. Oh, I like the trumpets that have like designs and shit. Those look cool because they look different. Yeah. And I guess violins can have that too. But that's what I mean. Like, it still looks like a trumpet. It still looks like a violin. Like, vihuelas, like, they have so many. Like, Roberto was going ham with different designs. And Ruben, too. And now all these luthiers are, like, adding a bunch of shit. So, that's why I like vihuelas.
There are some violins that look a little different sometimes. But you have to really look at them, you know? Not throwing shade, just saying. Oh. Maybe because we're not violin players and trumpet players.
Yeah, that's true. We're kind of biased to our instrument, so. Charro Confessions. I'm going to be real. Sometimes the food the clients give us is awful. Yeah. That happens a lot.
I think we all have that.
I think we've talked about it. Like, it sucks when it smells good and then they give you some and it's trash because it's like, this is ass. Why are you serving this to 100 people? Like, did you guys have you heard of salt? Pepper?
Sodium?
Paprika? You know, like, add some shit to this. Like,
salsa?
How is this meat look so red and seasoned but tastes like nothing? You know, like, it's those gigs are disappointing because it's like I said, like, if you've been playing for a while and you're finally getting to eat and it's trash, you just wasted a meal because like now you don't want to eat later because you're full of whatever the fuck paper mache ass food this was, you know. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it happens, man.
Yeah. This person said funny nicknames y'all have. El pendejo. I don't know. I don't. We talked about this. Like, how do you even get a nickname? I feel like you would get a nickname like if you did something bad or you look a certain way.
Yeah. Based on your defects.
Like if you're fat, they just call you el gordo or el flaco. Fucking Mexicans. they point out like your biggest insecurity, like el dientes, you know.
Yeah. Tiburon. They've been calling me Big more.
Yeah,
we have another Vic.
Yeah, there's 2 Victors, so Big Vic and Low Vic. Yeah. That makes sense.
Or Arturo sometimes calls us like he calls you Samsung sometimes.
Oh, he calls you know what? Yeah. Arturo calls me Samsung.
He calls Saul like sausage.
It's that's because Saul told us that his nickname was Sauce. So Arturo was like, nah. Sausage.
Arturo was like, nah. Ya lo bautizó, he's like sausage.
Sausage. Yeah.
Every time he pays him, he's like sausage.
Yeah,
like,
and then me too, he's like Samsung. Yeah, I guess that's what. I forget about that Samsung. No one's ever called me that. I think Arturo's the only one that came up with that shit. Yeah, El Samsung. I think some people. Okay, so this just says how far is it? How far is too far for a gig distance wise? Had to play 4 hours outside in the cold wind, but at least they fed me after. I yeah, that's it. How far is too far? We don't know what that means because we'll go anywhere.
No. I think I don't know. Maybe for the sake of this, you driving.
What?
Like how far would you drive to a gig?
How far would I drive? Like an hour.
Okay,
Like an
that's
hour.
what I would say. If it's over an hour, I think I'd be like, nah, this can't.
Yeah, because I've been offered gigs that are like over an hour away, and I'm like, it's just too much.
Yeah.
Because it's either of an hour. Say it's 2 hour gig. That's 2 hours. Then it's another hour to come back. That's like 4 hours total.
Yeah.
So it's un chingo way. Like I'm not. I don't.
And we
go that
sound
far.
like we don't want to work or whatever. But
No,
there's charros like like Muñeco, like he won't take gigs. Like they won't take gigs that's over an hour because they're about making money.
yeah. So they
So
gotta
you
be
don't
back.
no te cuesta if you're driving like an hour over an hour and then hour back because that's just gas.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So, I think also the place. If it's a far place and at the time, like if you ask me to play East Dallas at 4 or 5,
PM
yeah, I don't think I would do it.
because of the traffic.
Cause even though the distance would be like around 50, 60 minutes away,
Yeah.
like the traffic will make it hour and a half.
Yeah.
And I've done that before. That's
And
how I know.
it's just frustrating.
Yeah.
Like you get to Dallas and it's like
Everybody drives like aggressively, you know.
Yeah.
It's offensive driving.
it's like a competition. You know,
It's
like,
surviving, bro.
it's-
To be
yeah,
honest,
like
it's like who's
like-
gonna kill who here, you know, like who's gonna like yield and who's gonna like merge.
yeah,
Like,
it's a whole fucking ordeal when I go
Yeah.
there with traffic and then like you'll miss an exit and because Dallas was designed like their freeway system was designed by someone who doesn't understand
Yeah.
roads. I
for a
guess
5-year-old.
yeah, like fucking Michael Scott designed those, you know, like but it's just it's hectic. So yeah, you're right. Like how far is too far? I mean like an hour. I think for me. And
Yeah.
and you're right. Like the time of day and day.
Yeah.
It would pretty much depend on that stuff.
Mhm.
Last thing this person says, I think somebody was crying while we played Mariachi Loco.
That was me. I always do that. No, that
It's
we
us.
play. I'm like, ugh.
Especially because we have a little intro. You know,
Yeah.
with the whole, esto se cocina. So every time we, like, sometimes when Luis won't announce that we're going to play Mariachi Loco.
Yeah.
So it's like we're tuning or we're doing whatever, and you just hear, esto se cocina. And we're like, no. And I'm like, fuck. So yeah, if anybody was crying during that song, it was probably us.
Mhm.
You know, and I'll continue to do it. You know, so
Pasa nada.
yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. And
Thank you
listening.
guys for listening and watching and breathing and discussing and
And I remember you are great.
like just start marreándolos like, and you ain't shit, and you can't play, and you got no style, y estás pendejo.
I'm gonna say la cagas, no vales verga.
Yeah, dude.
You mess up once, you're done.
So like I said, be the worst type of musician, judge everybody, just be super marreador all the time, don't pay your people, and show up to gigs just just in a fucking pissed off mood all the time. Tell them that you're better than everybody.
Like, hey.
If anything, that's our message for today.
I'm like, choose violence.
Choose violence every day. Fight your coworkers, tell them they ain't shit, and take your money at the end and make horrible money decisions. Do that.
I'm like, do donuts after we leave.
Yeah. And race everybody in Northside,
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. You guys, we'll see you guys next week. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, share. Rate us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We're on both of them. And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Later. Oh.
Get